Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here tonight. Not long ago, I was running the business with my husband, and I was asked at a networking group what I'd do. And, I gave my normal spiel that I usually do, and I knew exactly what to say. They said, okay, but now who are you? I froze. I didn't know what to say. Well, I was a mom. No, who are you? What do you do? I let that define me. Years ago, I knew exactly who I was. I was in a baseball academy at school. I had my life ahead of me. I was in that academy. I won awards for top academic, top athletic, top leadership, top scholar, top catcher. I had scholarships lined up to go down to the University of Kansas. I tried out for one team, and I made 3, and I was the captain of those. I knew exactly where my life's path was going to be going. And December 11th, 2007, everything changed. It was a normal morning. I went to the academy. It was worked into my schedule, so it was just something that I did every day. And something wasn't right, but I am incredibly stubborn, so I just kept going. I felt the pain. It was in my back, and it went down my leg a little, but I thought, no, you know what? I can do this. I kept running, and by the end of the run, I collapsed. I couldn't get up. And that is the day that has changed me forever. I had the top grades. That's just who I was. I was one of the best that I knew in my age range for that sport. I was a ball player, and suddenly that was completely stripped away from me. It was a part of my identity. I lost my friends. That was who I was. So I had to refine myself, and it was very difficult being in high school. It's already hard enough, let's be honest. And I sunk to such a low, and I didn't know how to get out of it. I lost my ability to use my body. My mom had to help me wash my hair. I couldn't lift my arms up. The pain went from my back. It ended up going up my head, around my sides, down my legs. Nothing worked properly anymore. And they couldn't tell me why. I went to the Children's Hospital. I drove myself there every couple of days to go for different appointments, and no one could tell me why. So I figured, you know what, I can't use my body the same way anymore. I'm going to use my mind. So I barreled through high school, and I realized I can't help myself anymore, so I'm going to help others. I became a behavior interventionist for some of the most severe cases of autism in Canada, self-injurious behavior, and it was really fulfilling for me. I had tried life insurance because I thought, hey, I'm going to help people, but that didn't work. That was terrible. So I got into this industry, and that is where things, started to get better. I saw, hey, I'm good at this too. I've got this. I met my husband. I started working the company with him. Things were really good. And shortly after we met, our little girl came, and that is when I became a mom. I became a really good mom too, and I put everything into the business. I realized I'm not going to go back to work. I faced that struggle that all new moms face. Do I go back to work and work with children so that someone can watch mine, or do I stay home? I chose both. I chose to work my ass off while raising my little girl. We bought a new house. Business was great. And I got pregnant with our second. And a couple months in, I fell down the stairs and I dislocated my tailbone. The pain all came back. It was more painful than childbirth. Unmedicated childbirth. I would do that any day over dislocating my tailbone. And I sunk so low. After I had him, I had postpartum depression, which a lot of people hear about, but I had something that not a lot of people talk about, which was postpartum anxiety. And the postpartum anxiety part of me couldn't let me get any help for it. I thought that my babies were going to be taken away from me. I thought the worst of it. I couldn't leave the house with both kids because if something happened to me in that one, at least my husband would still have one left. I looked up all the ways, if we got into a car crash and it started sinking, how do I get out of the car and save the babies? It was debilitating. I needed to find purpose. I knew that I was good at what I did, but I was so empty inside. I had the babies, I had my husband, but things were they just were. You ever get that where it's just, things aren't good. Not bad. But they just were. And then I met someone. And this person has completely changed my life. I was talking to her, and she said, sounds like you need a breakthrough. So I went to her breakthrough weekend, and since then, it has completely changed me. And that was in December, 12 years later? Whatever that math is, 14 years later. But it was in December, and it was around a time that was really difficult for me because December always reminded me of that's when I got hurt. Since then, I am off all of my medication. Business is taking off. I finally see myself as and I'm all right, Mom. I'm a good mom, and my babies are well taken care of, and they are flourishing. I mean, she's 3, so she's doing as good as a 3-year-old can, and I'm surviving it, but we're fine. We'll get through. 4 is coming soon. And I realized that there was so much more. I am now a practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming, timeline therapy, hypnotherapy, and an NLP coach. I am starting up my own business alongside my husband because both have grown so much that I can oversee more things instead of being there, right in the nitty-gritty of it. I realized that all this time I had built this circle around me. And for the longest time, I thought it was a bubble that was protecting me. I thought, I'm not going to let anybody into my bubble. I didn't accept any help with the kids. I didn't accept any help with the business. We can do it. I'm fine. It never means fine. I think everyone knows that. This bubble that I created, I realized this wasn't protecting myself. This was holding the discomfort in. And it got really uncomfortable. So I decided to break through that bubble, and the possibilities that are happening now because of it, I couldn't have imagined. And I have never felt so calm. And it was a calm that I had been searching for. And I realized that no matter what happens, the more that you push through and keep going, take the breaks when you need it, but never give up. Because when you just push through, take care of yourself in those moments when you need it, and then keep on going, amazing things are going to happen. And, I never would have done this, so I appreciate you having me here. Thank you.